Enterprise Stories is the weekly radio program that shares the experiences of successful Nigerian entrepreneurs and provides expert analysis of their success factors. Enterprise Stories, business stories of success.
Welcome to another interesting episode of Enterprise Stories. My name is Olawale Anifoche, your host. This episode, we will feature the story of a lady that turned her love for food into a profitable venture. Our teaching series today will expose you to tips for building sustainability in your business. We will be right back with this and more after the break.
When you are successful in your small business, as I am, people will always come to you. They want to know what you're doing differently, who your bankers are, and what kind of deals you are getting from them. Well, I'm happy to enjoy all the benefits of the SME Zero COT account from Stanbic IBTC Bank. My profit is up. But why? Because I get zero COT, unlimited turnover, no limit on check lodgement or withdrawals, free internet and telephone banking, as well as discount on training courses for small business owners. With special benefits like that on the SME Zero COT account from Stanbic IBTC Bank. Now, there is no reason why your business won't boom just like mine.
Stanbic IBTC Bank, moving forward.
Good day, listeners. My name is Funke Awobokun, and I am today's faculty for today's Enterprise Stories. Today, our topic is going to be, how do you build a sustainable business? Building a sustainable business is keeping your eye on the ball and on the bottom line. And it's also becoming resilient to all the business shockwaves that will surely come its way. I found that keeping your eye on the ball is very difficult. But today we're going to learn how to actually build a sustainable business. The ball here is in three major areas: your financial, social, and environmental bottom lines, which are normally the very high risk areas. Sustainable business wade through so many numerous challenges and come about so many opportunities as well. However, the sustainability of your business is dependent on how well you keep your eye on the ball. Therefore, a business that's expecting to be around for a very long time must be able to manage the three important P's: their profit, their people, and the planet. Business sustainability means adopting a very good business culture that practices the following traits. Stakeholder engagement. This is very important because it teaches the business to be able to learn how to communicate and engage with customers and employees, as well as the community within which it operates. It should also be able to manage its environmental management systems. We normally call this adopting systems and structures that will help build that efficient business and mitigate it as well against a whole lot of risk. It also means instilling proper governance frameworks. And last but not the least, it's instituting performance monitoring systems and a very transparent reporting one as well. This is the deliberate stretch that businesses that are wishing to sustain themselves ensure that they set out the targets. These are normally a good stretch, and they also adopt very good reporting mechanisms to ensure that they're able to communicate their levels of achievement. This whole framework will have instituted the right measurement standards and controls to ensure that they have a good attempt at reaching their performance targets. If any business is able to exhibit these three main traits, it's well on its way to building a sustainable business. The above three practices that we've already talked about means that they go beyond just looking at how to sustain their business, but being relevant as well. It's no wonder that those businesses that are able to exhibit these traits are able to retain their employees, they're able to attract very good talent, and they're able to sustain a very good reputation. It also beholds that their financial standings are consistent and continuously growing. They also seem to be able to generate a whole lot of innovative solutions, products, or services, and are quite adaptive to changes. We found that businesses that are sustainable haven't always initially set out to be sustainable at the very beginning. Most of the time, it's a reaction to having been dealt certain blows in the years of the business. And what we've seen is that a lot of business executives are now trying to institute sustainable practices right from the start. What is also becoming very apparent is that it's no more enough just to have a great product or have a great service. Businesses must be able to integrate sustainability even into their strategic planning. The principles span a whole range of areas, right from their missions, their values, the communications, right down to operational levels such as the supply chain or budgeting cycles. The sustainability ladder can be very steep, and at each landing, businesses must have a very long-term view of the sustained stakeholder value in mind to ensure it keeps on moving. The evolving stages will move the businesses from an entrepreneurial concept to a sustained institution. You're reaching sustainability when your business has within its system a wide range of skills, is able to attract high caliber personnel, you've been able to integrate technology across all the various functions, you've been able to diversify your funding sources, and you have a transparent and very good reporting system. If your business is able to exhibit any of these, then you're well on your way to building a sustained business. Building a sustainable business is something that everybody within the business has got to have at its forefront. A business that is built to last will be able to outlive even the founders or the visionaries of any business. And that's where we're able to have the conglomerates of tomorrow going forward. So I do hope that having listened to some of these very critical areas, we all will be able to build sustainable businesses and move them beyond just the entrepreneurial spirit that we have to become very long-lasting businesses that would outlive us.
My brother, you see, for this our import and export business, not be who go China pass 9 be the issue. Now who you dey follow talk 9 matter, eh? Who you dey follow talk as how? The expert then we sabi the business of import and export in total. People like Stanbic IBTC Bank.
Stanbic IBTC? Nah, person name be that.
Stanbic IBTC Bank na my bank. And then sabi my business well.
Announcing the arrival of Flight 220 from China.
Doing business in China? Come, let's talk about how our expertise and understanding of the import and export business will help you grow and trade smarter. With Stanbic IBTC Bank, you have access to import and export trade finance, letters of credit, telegraphic transfer, bills for collection, and other well-tailored trade advice that moves you forward. For more information, visit www.stanbicibtc.com or call our number 0700 2255 782 6242. Stanbic IBTC, moving forward.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us on Enterprise Stories, we have our guest of the day, Funke Awobokun, the CEO of Cocktails In and Out and Grills In and Out. Funke, you're welcome to Enterprise Stories.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Okay, let's dive straight into the meat of it all. How did Cocktails In and Out and Grills In and Out all start?
I think it came about because of the passion I have for the event industry, and also the fact that I think I'm a very creative person, even if I say so myself. I am this kind of person that like unique things. I like to get the wow factor out of every moment or every opportunity we have. Cocktails In and Out, interestingly, started from my kids' dedication. I just thought I would like to have something different from the normal, soft drinks that you have. And interestingly, my husband is actually my first client. I just told him about it, and I have this idea of mixing some cocktails and all that. He gave me the money for it, and it was actually at my son's baby dedication that I got the next job. And since then, it has been great. In terms of Grills In and Out, it's the same thing. I thought about, okay, why should we have rice or pounded yam when we go to parties. I wanted a situation where we could have full meal, but something very different from the normal pounded yam and efforiro and all that.
But you know what? Before you go into Grills In and Out, you haven't really hit the story of Cocktails In and Out.
You're right.
Cocktails In and Out grew from your child's dedication to a household name.
Yes.
Okay. What were those things that you did that helped you to grow?
Well, I think the major thing is the fact that I also trained myself. Now, I turned my passion into business, and I was very lucky as of that time when I think 1 year into the business, I came across EDC.
Yeah.
That's the
enterprise. I think this is about how many years now?
We're 8 years old. Going to 9. Yeah. And 1 year into the business, it was actually, should I call it divine intervention? Because I actually followed somebody down here to say, who are those people that you're talking about? And from there, I met Wale, I met Banky, and I just knew it was something, it gave me the confidence to see my passion as a business as well. So from there, we started the Cocktails In and Out. And interestingly, I was going to move out of Lagos. The business had started then. And I was already thinking of closing down shop because I didn't see how my business was going to thrive without me being there. What EDC did basically for me was to see the cup half full as opposed to half empty. And rather than closing down, we ended up having 2 branches. Now we have the Abuja branch, which caters to the northern side.
Markets, yeah.
Yeah, and then we have Lagos. Lagos is actually 8 years old. Abuja
Yes.
is about
3?
no, about 4 years.
About
old.
4 years. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you one very interesting question. Cocktails In and Out employed about how many staff?
For
At the initial stage.
At the
employed-
initial
yes,
stage,
before you moved to the Lagos.
I couldn't even afford, I think I had just me, the driver, and my assistant. And that was before I moved to Lagos. What we did was to save a lot of money and all that, we're into a lot of contract staff. As opposed to now, because we thank God for the business, we have about, 12. We still do a lot of contract staff, but we have about 12 permanent staffs now for Lagos alone. Same with Abuja. We
Okay.
also have another 12. So
Okay.
making 24 all in all. That's
Okay.
for Cocktails In
For
and Out.
Cocktails In and Out. Okay, if you're just joining us on Enterprise Stories, we have with us today sharing her story Funke Awobokun, the CEO of Cocktails In and Out. And she's been sharing with us how it all started with Cocktails In and Out. Funke, how did you give birth, or how did Grills In and Out come about?
Okay, let me also add, I love food. I love the experience of, dining. Like, it's the way gold is to some women, that is how dining is to me. But what I normally do is I also turn my passion or what I like into a business opportunity. And because I've had opportunity to dine severally, both in the country and outside, and also to look for what is missing in my environment, I think I came about Grills In and Out. Grills In and Out outdoor started before. We now have an outlet as well. We have the Grills In and Out outlet. But the outdoor started. Also, one of my kids' birthday parties, I always use my children to do all this.
To test the market.
Yeah, to test the market. And I make sure I invite a lot of people to get the feedback. I just did not want rice at the event or the normal stuff that we normally do. And we just thought, what I normally tell people, that day, we had everything grillable under the sun, apart from human being at that event.
Wow.
Yes.
I missed that event.
Yes, you did. Everything, and people were very happy, and it was very different, and they were surprised, because they were like, we didn't have rice at this event, and we're really happy because we're full, we had a nice time, and of course from that event too, we started getting bookings, and that was how Grills In and Out outdoor started. But I already knew as of that time we're going to have an outlet. The outlet basically came together because we have a lot of people that will go like, oh, I tasted this particular cocktail at this event. Where can I have it? Do you have a store? We've been hearing that for forever. So same with the grills as well. So it was just a matter of time. And I think a year after the outdoor started, we went into the outlet. And like I said, I love unique stuff. I just wanted a situation where you come into Grills In and Out and you'll say, wow, there must definitely be something to talk about. And then we now added the Mongolian grill to the normal Nigerian grill. So Grills In and Out outlet is actually a combination of Nigerian grill and the Mongolian grill.
Okay, fantastic. Now I'm going to ask you one question. You've talked about the innovative way you started and some of the good things that's happened to help you grow. But this isn't how it is all the time. You've had some challenges. Can you share some of these challenges with us, and how were you able to tackle them?
Actually, a lot of challenges. Especially in this environment that we're in, you have to consider power, you have to consider staff, and even the unknown things that might just come your way. The logistics of, getting to a job on time. You don't want to disappoint your clients and your customers. But I think what really keeps the whole thing going is the fact that it's something I am very passionate about. So I really don't see them as challenges. It's just a hurdle that I know I need to cross and, move on to the next stage. it's part of life. Everything, it's a challenge really when you think about it. So, and I enjoy it. It makes me aspire to be better and to want to do more. Maybe it's because I love what I do, so at the end of the day, if you love what you do, really, you don't see it as a job, just
okay. Now, in expanding from Lagos,
yes,
did you have to engage any financial institution to support you?
Well, I believe by the time yes, for grills in and out, because as of that time, I mean, now we now have it's when you're starting a business, I think for the environment that we're in, you have to, I believe in starting small and growing fast. So all the money we were making, we're just flying back into the business. So initially, I didn't have to do that. But it also gets to a stage where, yes, you really want to expand and you know what you want. And then by then, even the banks will actually see you I think as of that time, they start noticing you, and then they see you as a serious person. They even come to you. And then for grills in and out, yes, we had to talk to our bankers, and they've been very okay with us. But initially, I started with what I could get from myself and my family, basically.
Okay, if you're just tuning into Enterprise Stories, we have Funke Awobokun with us here, and she's been sharing with us how she turned her love for food to business, and how it's critical for you to start small and grow fast. Funke, we're going to wrap up very quickly, but I would like you to tell me one thing. With the many young people that are looking at cocktail business, mobile business, I mean, there's so many of them springing up right now. What advice would you be giving to them?
They need to be sure that is what they want to do. That's the first thing. They shouldn't do it because they think, Funke Awobokun is doing it and she's making money from it. It's not that easy. You have to pay your dues. That's just the way it is, and you don't get discouraged if you are sure that is what you want to do. You're very passionate about it. I was very lucky. As of the time we started, we didn't really have so much, in terms of competition, and we knew exactly what we wanted to do. You also have to look at the fact that what is the value I'm going to add to it? What is Cocktails in and Out not doing now that I know that's what I'm going to leverage on, and that's where. But if you want to do the same thing Cocktails in and Out is doing, you already have a competitor in Cocktails in and Out. That's the truth. So you have to look for something that will make you different, and that will make people say, "Oh, okay, I think she knows what he or she is doing." That's basically. And more importantly, you should be very passionate about it. It's something. Even if it's going to be a business for you, it's something that that when you sleep, when you wake up, you're always thinking about it and how to make it better.
Thank you very much, Funke, for sharing your story with us today. Listeners, we've been listening to Funke Awobokun, the CEO of Cocktails In and Out. And she's basically said it all. Passion and innovation are two critical elements for you to survive in this business. Thank you again, Funke. We'll be right back for the analysis after this break.
When you are successful in your small business, as I am, people will always come to you. They want to know what you're doing differently, who your bankers are, and what kind of deals you are getting from them. Well, I'm happy to enjoy all the benefits of the SME Zero COT account from Stanbic IBTC Bank. My profit is up. But why? Because I get zero COT, unlimited turnover, no limit on check lodgement or withdrawals, free internet and telephone banking, as well as discount on training courses for small business owners. With special benefits like that on the SME Zero COT account from Stanbic IBTC Bank. Now, there is no reason why your business won't boom just like mine.
Stanbic IBTC Bank, moving forward.
You're tuned in to Enterprise Stories, brought to you by Stanbic IBTC and Enterprise Development Center of the Pan Atlantic University.
We are back. If you just joined us on Enterprise Stories, we've just listened to the story of Funke Awobokun, the CEO of Cocktails In and Out, and she shared a lot with us on how she started her business. If you've missed this episode, not to worry, just log on to edc.edu.ng and you can download today's episode. Victor, you've heard the story of the day. What's your take?
Thank you, Wale. A very good one from Funke. Cocktails In and Out and Grills In and Out. And for me, as I share most times with entrepreneurs, we should learn not to have a glorified hobby and call it a business. She was able to see how she could transform her passion into something that could have a business outlook, and wherefore she could begin to do something profitably from it. A lot of entrepreneurs say, oh, this is what I love to do, but they've not been able to make that shift from a hobby to a business, and therefore end up with glorified hobbies which they call businesses. And Funke did a fantastic transition from moving for a hobby or what she had passion for to putting up a business structure that she could leverage to the extent that she could begin to attract funds from the banks, and I think it's a good one she did. However, for entrepreneurs listening out there, what were the critical milestones or the steps she did? The first thing is, in starting a business, you must love what you do. Businesses, like she said, will always have challenges, but if you're passionate about what you do, if you love what you do, you will still do it anyway. I tell people, I said, even if I don't get paid for some of the things I do, I will still do them. So make sure that that crucial question is answered. Do you really love what you do? Are you passionate about what you do? Or it's just the fact that you want to be free, you don't want to be reporting to anybody, so to say, or you just want to make so much money? Because either way, you will find out that you ultimately cannot be free. Your needs and your business demands keep you always locked down, and you will find out that how much exactly is the money that is enough. So you must ensure that you understand your passion and you love what you do. Again, she said something which for me, all entrepreneurs must write down in gold. Don't jump into the market space and just become like one of the Joneses. She understood before she jumped out that she wanted to be different. She wanted to stand out. She knew exactly those things she wanted to do differently. If I ask you which some other brand to call your unique selling point, your USP, if I ask you that business you're running or you intend to start, what exactly will be the different offering you'll be giving to us out there? What exactly stands you apart from the other person? Or is this just the same bandwagon effect? You just want to see people are doing pure water in sachets, you just want to do the same? Or is there a different offering? It is this sitting and thinking through that allows entrepreneurs create the renovations and the innovations that change our world. So ensure that you have an ability to be unique in whatever your offering is, and you have the capacity to be different in whatever you do. And of course, you need to understand clearly what problem you are solving. Once you're able to answer these questions, then you are likely to be on the path to creating a sustainable business. Of course, ensuring that it is sustainable long-term and profitable is also key ingredients as you set out to do your business. And of course, you do not depend on passion alone. I see a lot of people say, oh, I'm good at this. Talent, like a book I read, talent is not always enough. She went ahead to go to EDC to start to improve herself. She had the passion, she had the competence, so to say, to an extent. She needed to understand how to leverage this to grow a business that was sustainable. And in coming to EDC also, she learned what all entrepreneurs must learn: how to put systems and processes in place to create a company with a structure, to create a company that can outlast you. Most young businesses, most entrepreneurial ventures suffer what we call the key man risk. Unfortunately for them, this is also a strong determinant when boards are looking at you, when organizations and banks are looking at you to determine if they will give you funds or not. What if something happens to you tomorrow? Will the organization die with you? If that is the case, then your organization is suffering what we call the key man risk. And a key man risk does not allow you to be financeable. It means that everything revolves around you. So she moved to say, yes, I have a passion, I have a love for cooking and eating and dining and all that. However, how do I create a business out of it that is sustainable, that can be financeable, that can be scalable? And this is what makes us to have a business long term. All entrepreneurs should learn to see their business in a big picture. Where do I want to be in 10 years, in 5 years? This allows us to take those decisions now that we ensure that that is realizable. And basically, that's what will make you put the right processes and the right structures in place to ensure that your business can grow. I hear a lot of people say, oh, I have challenges, the banks are not giving me money. At times, if they give you money, that money will destroy your business. If you've not created the system and the processes in place to use the money judiciously and to expand your business or to leverage opportunity you see in the marketplace, if this is not well articulated, you will find out that that money you take at times can sink you and can even make you lose the whole of your business. She understood the importance of that, and she sought to improve her skill and the competence to grow her business. And of course, we also need to understand that every business is definitely going to have challenges. Like we said, she talked about her challenges that she encountered, but the passion, the tenacity, the love for what she was doing kept her going. And finally, she was able through that process to build a brand. By offering a different offer, a unique offer to the marketplace, she began to build a brand which was different. I mean, I love the fact she said, it gets to a point the banks begin to notice you. When you build good brands, you can leverage your brands to get the funding to be able to increase and scale your business further. These are the things she did by consistently doing things differently, by consistently doing things in a creative manner. Entrepreneurs who seek to grow their businesses must have this at the back of their mind, learn from what Funke has done, and therefore in that way they're able to build brands that companies are able to support, that banks and financial institutions are able to give the funds to ensure you can grow your scale and grow your capacity, and in the long run then you can be at the top and grow an organization you can look back and be proud of. Thank you very much, and wishing us just the best as we grow our businesses.
Thank you very much, Victor, for your usual on-point analysis. Listeners, we've come to the end of Enterprise Stories for today, and I truly hope you enjoyed it. Until next week, stay blessed. Join Enterprise Development Center of the Pan-Atlantic University, formerly known as the Pan-African University, as we celebrate 10 years of entrepreneurship development in Nigeria. For questions and comments, please email edc@pau.edu.ng or log on to Enterprise Stories on nigeria.sma2k.org for useful resources and articles to help grow your business.